It was a chaotic Grand Prix in Imola, and now it's time for your F1 driver ratings. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to begin at the bottom of the pyramid, the bottom of the pyramid, the bottom of the pile. We'll go with Haas. All right, we'll kick off with Esteban Ocon, qualified 18th and finished nowhere because he DNF'd on lap 27. I will give him a 4 out of 10. You know what? Didn't really have the pace. Would have been qualified by his teammate if his teammate's lap was fairly, reinstated after that red flag. 4 out of 10 for Ocon. Berman, I'll give you a 5. Finished 17th, started 19th. Anonymous. But, it is such a qualifying track and they kind of dropped the ball in that regard. Right, up next we've got Sauber. So Bortoleto, 14th he qualified, 18th he finished. Last of the running guys, I'll give a 5 out of 10. It is the slowest car on the grid, so a little bit of leeway there. Nico Hulkenberg, qualified 17th, finished 12th. Unlucky. That safety car at the end really did screw him. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. You know, I mean, he's almost got a point in that wheelie bin at the end of the day. Right, Alpine, Franco Colapinto, crashed, qualified 16th, finished 16th. It's a 6 out of 10. I mean, without the crash, man, it's a pretty decent weekend because he's not finished that far off his teammate in Pierre Gasly. But speaking of Gasly, I'll give Gasly a 6. Very lacklustre, qualified 10th and finished nowhere. Right, RB, Liam Lawson, started 15th, finished 14th. It's a 5 out of 10, man. Guy's no cutting it. Isaac Hadjar, started 9th, finished 9th. It's an 8 out of 10. Managed to survive and got the job done. Right, Aston Martin. This is a team I I am still right in an element of disbelief about how bad Aston Martin fumbled this strategy, right? It's like obviously doing the undercut did not work for most teams. I think for the likes of Leclerc it did work, but apart from him it didn't for everybody else, and even then he got hampered by the FSC and the safety cars, right? And teams ran out of tyres. But Aston Martin did this incredible thing where they didn't even split the strategy. They pitted Alonso and then fucking doubled down on the shit strategy and pitted Stroll. I'm going to give Lance Stroll a 6 out of 10 and I'm going to give Alonso an 8 out of 10 because two guys that qualified well. Alonso got 5th. I mean, best of the rest, fantastic. And that upgrade at Aston Martin. Honestly, I think if all went according to plan for Alonso, I think he would have finished 7th ahead of Russell. Um, but the car looked brutal on the hards. They should have just stayed out on the mediums. And if they did that, they'd have easily scored points. And it's the same with Stroll. He'd have scored points as well. He'd have been around 8th or 9th. They've dropped the ball there, Aston Martin. Up next, we've got Mercedes. Kimi Antonelli qualified 13th. Did not finish. It's a 5 out of 10. It's not a good weekend, man. It's pretty poor. Um, Never. I mean, the race was alright, but then he DNF'd, and it's like, well, you know what? I'll go more off your, more off your qualifying. Then George Russell qualified third, finished 7th. It's a 6 out of 10. It's a result for me that takes him out of the championship running. He had a really outside chance here, but it's all over now. Up next, we've got Williams. Carlos Sainz qualified 6th, finished 8th. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Um, I think the Williams is quite easily the 5th fastest car. I expect him to get points. He did it, but he got screwed. You know, they pit it first, and just like Alonso and Russell, they've really suffered because of that. So we'll give him an 8. His teammate, though, I'll give Albon a 9. It's almost a 10, but I do think he could have easily just got 4th, and he could have easily got Piastri, but that didn't exactly go according to plan. Moving into Ferrari, Leclerc started 11th, finished 6th. I'll give Charles Leclerc a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a brilliant race from him. It was always going to be go up though from the qualifying. I do understand that element of it, but I'm surprised he's finished 6th on those tyres. So well done to him. Lewis Hamilton started 12th, finished 4th. He looked into it. He did. You know what? I'll downgrade Leclerc as well. I'll give them both eights. Give them both eights. I think that's fair. I think, yeah, nines. As bad as Ferrari are, I don't think I can give him a nine for that. Oscar Piastri, moving into McLaren. I'll give you a 7 out of 10. Qualified on pole, and, you know, you can fight the McLaren strategy. You don't need to pit, but and his defence in the turn one on lap one wasn't that good. But again, I think like I said in the race review, if he stays ahead of Verstappen, Red Bull probably pull the plug, and he's the guy. Verstappen's probably the guy stuck in all the traffic. Just one of those things. Norris, I'll give you a 7 as well. You know what? Qualified fourth and finished second. He got lucky. The fact they beat Piastri. Red Bull, Shinoda, I'll give you a 5. I'll give you a 4 out of 10. Bend it in a car that literally looked like the fastest car this weekend, for me at least. And then finished 10th. Oh, well done. If Perez did this, we'd bash him. So I'm going to bash Shinoda. And then for Verstappen, I'll easily give a 10. Yeah, he didn't get pole position, but he dominated the race. The move on top of that one was phenomenal, man. It was that good. I didn't even see it happen in real time. I didn't realize he'd overtook him till like turn three, because it just seemed unthinkable. Because I was so focused on behind, because I just saw Piastri like so far ahead. What a maneuver!